Today in this video, we are going to overview the Domain 5 of CC exam. The first topic of Domain 5 is understanding data security, encryption, data handling, and logging and monitoring security events. Understanding data security. Data security is the protection of data from unauthorized access, use, disclosure, destruction, modification, or disruption. It involves the implementation of security controls to protect sensitive data, such as personal information, financial data, intellectual property, and other confidential information. Encryption. Encryption is the process of converting plaintext data into a coded format to protect it from unauthorized access. There are three main types of encryption. Symmetric encryption uses a single secret key to encrypt and decrypt data. Asymmetric encryption uses a public key to encrypt data and a private key to decrypt it. Hashing converts data into a fixed length, unique code which cannot be reversed. Next is data handling. Data handling refers to the management of data throughout its life cycle, including creation, storage, transmission, and destruction. Effective data handling practices involve the classification and labeling of data, as well as the implementation of controls to ensure appropriate access, retention, and destruction of data. Our next topic is data destruction and data retention. Data destruction involves the secure and permanent erasure of data from storage devices, such as hard drives, flash drives, and backup tapes. Effective data destruction practices are critical for protecting sensitive data from unauthorized access and ensuring compliance with data protection regulations. Data retention involves the retention of data for a specified period of time, based on legal, regulatory, or business requirements. Effective data retention practices involve the implementation of controls to ensure that data is retained for the appropriate period of time and is securely destroyed when no longer required. Then comes data classification and labeling. Data classification and labeling involve the categorization of data based on its sensitivity and value, as well as the application of appropriate security controls to protect it. Effective data classification and labeling practices are critical for ensuring that data is appropriately protected and that access is limited to authorized individuals. Logging and monitoring security events. Logging and monitoring security events involves the collection and analysis of security-related data to identify and respond to security incidents. This includes the implementation of logging and monitoring tools, such as SIEM tools and intrusion detection systems, to detect and investigate security incidents in real time. So let us discuss about benefits of logging and monitoring security events. Logging and monitoring security events provide several benefits, including early detection of security incidents, rapid response to security incidents, identification of security vulnerabilities and weaknesses, continuous improvement of security controls and processes. Next topic of Domain 5 is system hardening. System hardening involves the process of securing computer systems by reducing their attack surface. This involves disabling unnecessary services and protocols, removing default accounts and passwords, and configuring security settings to reduce vulnerabilities. Benefits of system hardening. System hardening provides several benefits, including reducing the attack surface of computer systems, increasing the resilience of computer systems to security threats, enhancing the overall security posture of an organization. Next topic is configuration management and baselines. Configuration management involves the process of managing changes to computer systems, including updates, patches, and configuration settings. This involves establishing baselines, documenting changes, and implementing change control procedures to ensure that changes are made in a controlled and secure manner. Configuration management provides several benefits, including ensuring that computer systems are configured securely and consistently, reducing the risk of configuration-related security incidents, enhancing the overall security posture of an organization. Then comes baselines. Baselines are the starting point for configuration management. They are a set of configuration settings that represent a secure and stable state for a computer system. Baselines are used as a reference point for making changes and as a benchmark for evaluating the security of computer systems. Next topic is updates, patches, and change control. Updates and patches are software fixes that address security vulnerabilities and other issues in computer systems. Effective configuration management involves the timely installation of updates and patches to ensure that computer systems remain secure and resilient to security threats. Change control is the process of managing changes to computer systems in a controlled and secure manner. This involves establishing change control procedures, documenting changes, and implementing approval workflows to ensure that changes are made in a controlled and secure manner. Next is best practice security policies and data handling policy. Best practice security policies are a set of guidelines and procedures that help organizations to protect their assets, data, and systems from cyber threats. These policies define the rules and requirements for using and accessing resources and systems, as well as the consequences for violating them. A data handling policy is a set of guidelines and procedures that define how an organization should handle sensitive and confidential information. This policy defines who has access to the data, how it should be stored, transmitted, and disposed of, and the consequences of violating the policy. Password policy and acceptable use policy. A password policy is a set of guidelines and procedures that define how users should create and manage passwords. This policy defines the length, complexity, and expiration requirements for passwords, as well as the consequences of violating the policy. An acceptable use policy is a set of guidelines and procedures that define how an organization's systems and resources can be used. This policy defines what is and is not allowed on the organization's network, including the use of personal devices and social media, and the consequences of violating the policy. Bring your own device policy and change management policy. A bring your own device policy is a set of guidelines and procedures that define how personal devices can be used in the workplace. This policy defines who is allowed to use personal devices, what data can be accessed, and how the devices should be secured and managed. A change management policy is a set of guidelines and procedures that define how changes to an organization's systems and infrastructure should be managed. This policy defines the documentation, approval, and rollback requirements for changes, as well as the consequences of violating the policy. Conclusion. Security policies are critical for organizations to protect their assets, data, and systems from cyber threats. By implementing policies that define the rules and requirements for using and accessing resources and systems, as well as the consequences for violating them, organizations can enhance their overall security posture. System hardening and configuration management are critical aspects of security operations. By implementing best practices and using appropriate tools and frameworks, organizations can reduce their attack surface, manage changes to their computer systems in a secure and controlled manner, and enhance their overall security posture. Thank you. Thank you for watching this presentation on Domain 5 Security Operations of the Certified in Cybersecurity exam. If you have any questions or would like to learn more, please don't hesitate to reach out.